we kind of got this thing going on. It's like volleying back and forth, right? It's kind of fun. So
kind of like how rappers used to always go back and forth.
The rap battle, man. Maybe
we got a podcast battle.
We might have to do like a rap battle.
Okay.
With Tom and Michaela.
Oh, I'd love to see. I'd love to see Tom up with the microphone rapping,
throwing down some rhymes. I like it. What's up, Lincoln, Nebraska? Welcome to the Jason's Heart podcast. We're live at 5, I guess. So we got on a jet plane recently, so
took off.
I think we wanted to also talk about some things taking off here, so we kind of have a big announcement. But I do think today we wanted to sort of line out maybe kind of what's next, what's coming up for us, and then recap a little bit about our trip to D.C. on the jet plane.
Yes.
Yeah, what'd you think about all that?
That was a great experience. I love D.C. to begin with. It's been 33 years since I've been there, and it's just an amazing experience. D.C. itself, the National Council, NATCON 22.
Yeah, and props to our NABHO, our state chapter, and the National Council for an amazing event. So I want to do that, get them up on the screen here and give them some recognition too for their hard work, because that was a lot.
Yes, it was. But it was fun and it was very beneficial. What do you think?
Yeah, boom. I mean, literally, like that first day, we sort of took some time. I don't know, me personally, I sort of felt an obligation to go to the mall there in DC and sort of pay respects to, our country and all of the things that we're doing with Jason's Heart and the apprenticeship and the work that it's taken and the funding that comes for programs like this. But man, that first day, I got to do this. I was just like this, like melting my feet. I left my legs in DC. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Left my legs in DC. There you go. It's a new song.
I think we had how many steps? 25.5 on my phone, and a lot of times my phone is out in my hand, so we had more than that. That was a journey.
Yeah, that was an incredible experience, and I mean, wow, we just met so many great organizations and the networking that we were able to do, and just seeing, I mean, there was almost 5,000, 4,000 some people there, so close to probably 5,000, and it was just unbelievable to see the collective group of people and the work that they do in the nonprofit world, behavioral health, substance use, all that was just mind-blowing.
It was. To be able to meet people from other states, see what they're doing to help their clients. It was a very eye-opening experience.
Right.
Led to a lot of information so we can help not only our clients who are in the behavioral health field, but also to help us with Jason's Heart.
Right.
So it was very beneficial. Super excited about being able to be out there.
Yeah.
Learn so much, not only about myself, but about what we're doing and our cause. And in fact, the cause that a lot of these nonprofits are out there, we just continue to learn more and more about them. It's it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and I think obviously recognizing our state and national chapter, but also I wanted to say thanks to Tom and Michaela. So our partner company, Soaring Group, that focuses on IT and media, and we work with obviously predominantly nonprofits and behavioral health organizations, but Tom and Michaela were gracious enough to have you and I go along and meet a lot of people that maybe we hadn't had an opportunity to yet, learn, talk more about Jason's Heart and what's going on. So in that process, so we would go just like we're like nose to the grindstone, go. You're at a conference, you're meeting people, you're networking, you want to, it's a hefty expense to go to those things. Yes. It's well worth it, obviously, but we wanted to make sure we did right and
used our time as efficiently as we can for the purpose that we are there.
Yep. So we get Victoria to put Tom and Michaela's head in here because I think we got some grief because we would text, if we're done, we're kind of like at a point where we need a break at the conference and meeting everyone. It's like texting Tom and Michaela, hey, we're heading back to the room, just letting you know. So it was really like, hey, we're on the ball, we're coming back to the room real quick. And I don't know, that sort of led into some 90s music trivia sort of thing. So what I did was give Tom a 90s reference. Well, it's maybe more 80s, but probably some 90s about, Francis, I want my bike.
That and Large Marge.
Large Marge. See if Tom knows what that is. He's the wizard of trivia. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we should. I just wanted to recognize them for all their efforts in making this possible.
Yes, I remember one time when we stopped into the room and those two were busy doing their HR work and the other work that Tom was working on. And when we left, I popped my head back in and I just said, hey, thank you for this. So I also wanted to send out my appreciation for sending us there so we can be better for what we're doing.
Yep. So, just the power of that place, and I think National Council is going to be in Los Angeles next year, but
yes,
made some incredible strides. I think one thing too that I learned, and I guess I would say a couple things too about the importance of supporting your NABHO, your state chapter, as well as National Council, and really getting there and seeing the hard work they're doing and the time they're putting in to make funding and programming that we're trying to do and all of our other partners are trying to do. So being able to see and taste that and experience that a little bit was big. So the importance of that. But one thing I totally learned was the peer-to-peer
network. Peer support. That peer support is very, very important to the work that a lot of our nonprofits work with. There's a nonprofit that I work with that's in a treatment center, and I've seen someone who was a peer support, was a behavioral health technician. They actually had gone through a treatment themselves, and then they moved up to being that behavioral health technicians. They went through some schooling to educate themselves some more, get certified as a peer support, and now they're a peer support working there. And that work is so important because that is someone for one of those clients who they can go in and talk to them because that person's been there before. They've made some changes in their life and they're in a different place now. And so it's a nice role model.
Right.
And it's just...
It makes a ton of sense, like having someone who's been through that journey and cleared their barriers, to then sit in that role and help guide others on that path. That's and we got lots of examples of it, obviously. The successes, it's just mind-blowing that how successful it's been.
Yeah, we are looking at getting a couple peer support representatives to come in, talk to us about what they do and the importance of what they do and things they see, challenges they've had through their journey, even the challenges they have right now as they continue through that journey. So that'll be a good show coming up here.
And I think if anyone has struggles and challenges, jump on Jason's Heart 402 on any social media. jasonsheart.org is our website. Send us an email if you have questions or you're running into challenges. I mean, we've been very fortunate to make one heck of a network of folks who are doing that hard work too, and maybe there's some people we can connect you with if you're running into those challenges in your organization and you need some new ideas, different direction to go. So that's huge. But hopefully we can share some images and stuff from that trip and sort of lining out our takeaways and looking at other states and things we're doing. And Soaring Group's such a big part of that too, with the mentoring on the apprenticeship, and it's really awesome to get to work in our field in IT and media, helping our partners and nonprofits and behavioral health and all these things. So we're very fortunate to have that set up.
We are very fortunate.
Yeah, and honestly, man, like walking around that conference was I was so glad you were like you flipping busted out, man. Like you came out of nowhere, and thankfully you did, because I was like, it's taxing when you're walking and talking and doing that for 2 days, at a time, and you just like did the old Like, I'm going into fifth gear. Here we go.
Here we go. It's a thing of where, I've talked about passion before, and when you have a passion for something, that gives you the energy to continue to move forward, and you have that goal, and you just take that one step in front of the other and keep moving towards that goal. And as you get closer to that goal, you start building goals on beyond that. So we have some exciting news coming up here at the end that we'll talk about, but that's just one of those steps and those goals. So
well, one thing I was going to say earlier, or say while we're talking about all of this too, is, and we kind of chatted about it, but one thing I love to do at conferences in particular, especially when we're in places where we're not used to, is like, just after the conference day is done, going to the Irish Whisper somewhere and just sitting outside and just meeting local people. And we actually had the opportunity to meet several, and we're able to ask some really cool questions just about the local economy and workforce, and sharing about our apprenticeship program and learning about the housing.
Yes.
Which is another topic that's coming up. So, in a couple podcast episodes here, we're going to maybe do we are going to do some chatting, have some conversations about housing, because it is such a overarching impact on everything in our economy and our society. So, but learning about some of the housing challenges there, it's like, wow, it's not just here.
It's everywhere. And the thing is for someone who is committed to making some different changes within their life, you get those double-edged swords where you need to have an address to have a job, but yet to have a job you need an address. So how do you make that? So that's one thing that we're going to look at is the housing, some of the numbers, some of the things that can help people break that cycle and get into where they're able to keep moving forward and keep those wheels rolling.
Yeah, so we'll dive in deep into that here in a few weeks, and I know that it's not only just a driver of economic forces for us in our our country and others, but it just has, like I said, such a trickle effect on labor and workforce and just housing, all of the areas that it touches. It makes a massive impact. So I do think that is a foundational piece that needs major innovation and solutions. So it's interesting always to hear from people in different economies, cities and things, is what I mean.
Different areas, again, going to the conference and meeting people for, at different states, what they do for their clients. Same thing applies with the housing part of things. Every area is different, but we're all struggling with the same thing.
Right.
When you have that life experience, you have a event that changes things, puts you in those positions. There's a lot of places that feel that. So that's something that needs to be addressed for sure. And we want to definitely talk about that.
Yeah. So, I think it was just good to share, because I think it's important for listeners to understand, whether it's you're in behavioral health or whatever, to support those national and state organizations. They do a lot of hard work and make a lot of what we do possible. So it's a big plug for that. And I guess I should probably move on to other news.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
No. You do it.
All right. So last week, our application process went live. It's on jasonsheart.org. Is where our application process starts. You can reach us at any of our social media, Jason's Heart 402. That will guide you to the places that you need to go.
It's all, I mean, it's really cool for the rubber to meet the road.
Yes.
I mean, you work so hard to get something lined out and get it ready, and then to have it actually go live. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, it's a little terrifying. I've laid in bed several nights recently here going, okay, we're there. Here we go. It's time to start helping people, really actually helping them. So, but just laying there thinking about it. And I mean that when I say that in a good way, because things like what we're doing, I take incredibly seriously and personally, because of the impact on people's lives and people, counting on opportunities like this that present themselves. So it's it's overwhelming in a good way.
Yes.
Terrifying in a good way.
It's taking us out of our comfort zone, putting us into a new place, and for us to succeed, we're going to take those steps. We're going to make those changes. We're going to adapt and be fluid to be able to help someone have an opportunity they may not already have, and help them succeed. And I just got chills.
I know,
I do.
It was kind of just like a hit in the face the other night, because when it's like, okay, the rubber's met the road, and like, it's just, you start thinking about a million things, which is also why I would put out maybe a little thing, and I don't want to be premature, but there are some things coming up, opportunities to support.
Yes.
So I want to be fair about talking about that, but help us. Help us help people. Like it just hit me like that the need has never been greater, and we need the community's support to keep funding this program, keep driving it, take it through the next evolutions and iterations, and expand it so we can help more people. And that like my resolve has never been greater than now. Yes. Now that it's moving, and we've already started receiving applications like out day one, like, oh my gosh, here we go, sweet.
That's good. And it's a thing of where I was talking about the goals and steps, and this is just another level, and it just puts a fire under us to just continue to move forward and continue to make strides. Our next big step is going to be going through all these applicants, choosing the right ones, the right apprentices to join this journey that we're on, and
it's cool.
I can't wait. I am so excited.
It's awesome. I like I said, my resolve is never been greater than now, and it's go time. So we're super excited. But I think you said at jasonsheart.org, just go to that homepage and scroll down a little bit, and get with us. We need your support to grow this and make it what we know it's going to become. So check that out. We'll obviously keep touching base about events coming up here in May for Lincoln, and getting involved with your nonprofits here to create that support and allow a lot of us to continue doing that work and supporting our community. So
I was just thinking about events coming up. I know we have the Big Red Challenge coming up that we're volunteering for.
Yep.
That's coming up with a great cause for veterans, and so I'm glad I'm not volunteering, because there's no way I could actually do the run that they're doing.
Oh yeah. So Google Big Red Challenge. It's here in June in downtown Lincoln.
Correct, on the 11th.
Yeah, for the Spartan. It's like a Spartan race that fundraises for veterans groups. So we'll have a booth down there supporting them. And
if you're down there, come down and see us.
Yep.
Going back to the application process, if you have questions about us, contact us through the website.
Yep.
Social media, our phone numbers on our website. Even if you're down in the area, in the Haymarket area, stop by. It's kind of simple to find our building, because we got decals all over our windows.
Know where we're at when you see us. So come down and share with us, get with us. Ask questions. We're here to help. So it's go time. So we'll keep sharing more about how the progress is coming along, and get involved with us, and let's make it happen. I think we're there.
Yes.
First step, we're there.
Oh, we've had many first steps. This is just one of the steps along the route.
Yeah, we're on our journey. So help us keep that going, and again, we'll start lining out some housing things and having some other deep conversations and sharing about the program. But get with us, and we'll figure out some ways to give Tom and Michaela some more grief.
Yes.
So we love our founders. If you don't know Tom and Michaela, check out their Heart and Hustle podcast. So we kind of got this thing going on. It's like volleying back and forth, right? It's kind of fun. So
kind of like how rappers used to always go back and forth.
The rap battle, man. Maybe
we got a podcast battle.
We might have to do like a rap battle.
Okay.
With Tom and Michaela.
Oh, I'd love to see Tom up with the microphone rapping,
throwing down some rhymes. I like it. So we'll line that up. we got to have some fun too. So
yes.
But thanks for tuning in and staying involved with us, and we look forward to speaking with you again very soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a great day, everyone.
You too.